Alright, Sony, you pretty much didn't disappoint me. You fucking came out swinging. They started the conference off with this cool video package, and then uh, dude comes out and he's like, I'm super proud to announce this game. And he sort of like describes it. It's like, it's about like adventure and friendship and stuff. And I was like, what is he talking about? And as he's talking, my dad had just gotten up for work, and I was like, say Last Guardian. You know you want to say it, do it. And then it turns out it's fucking Last Guardian. They show actual gameplay and everything, and I was fucking blown away. Like I almost had a heart attack. Um, and apparently it comes out next year, 2016. It said at the end of the trailer. I'm super excited. The trailer didn't show you that much. It basically just showed you like your giant fucking dog bird vulture thing can catch you when you jump from place to place. Uh, and you can like help him get up. It was like all about the interaction between this little boy and this giant fucking dog thing bird guy. Uh, it was adorable. Um, so yeah, fucking Last Guardian next year, hopefully. Or not even hopefully. It should be happening. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be very very sad. Now that there's gameplay, if we have to wait like another fucking 6 years, fucking shoot me. Um, so then, obviously that's only on PlayStation. Then the Guerrilla Games people come out and they talk about their new title, Horizon Zero Dawn. Um, they show you footage that's captured directly from a PS4. Looked really good. I'll give them that. It's this future where people like cities are done and nobody does that anymore, and it's like some amount of generations after where like they call people who lived in cities and built like skyscrapers and shit the old ones, and they're like, we don't know what happened to them, we don't know where they went, we don't know why these fucking robot things hate humans. By the way, there's fucking robot things, and they're vicious. It seems, but people have basically reverted back to like old school like cavemen kind of things, or kind of people, but they have like bow and arrows and shit, so they're not like fucking ooga like what is fire cavemen. Um, I don't know how I'm trying to explain this. But you like hunt robots and stuff, and it's super cool. You should definitely check out the trailer. It's called Horizon Zero Dawn. There's no release date yet or anything that I'm aware of, but definitely check it out. Looks super cool. I'm excited for it. Um, it's good to see the Guerrilla Games guys doing something that's not Killzone. Um, then they show off a new world premiere trailer for the new Hitman. Agent 47 is back. He's coming to consoles and PCs, uh, leading with a digital release. So I guess it's going to be digital before there's a hard copy, which sucks for Ben. Ben likes hard copies because he likes hard things in his mouth. Um, there is a PS4 exclusive beta. If you pre-order it for PS4, obviously, and there's going to be 6 exclusive contracts to PS4 when it launches. So that sucks for me because I don't have a PS4. But I don't play Hitman that much. But this trailer looked really, really interesting. I hope to see a lot more before it comes out. No release date on that either, and I don't know when the beta is going to happen. So go pre-order it and find out for me. Um, then they show console exclusive Street Fighter V. I don't know why it's a console exclusive, but good for Sony. Street Fighter's like one of the major fighting games, so that's cool. They show a trailer for that. It's PS4 and PC exclusive, so it's just not on Xbox, I guess. Um, but I assume that because it's PC exclusive, that when Windows 10 comes out, you could just stream it to your one if you wanted to. Maybe if that's how it works. They show a trailer for it. They show off 2 new characters, Birdie, who's a dude, and Cammy, who's a chick. I don't know much more about them. Birdie's like this big jacked up dude. Cammy is like this chick, fighter chick. I don't know. You can pre-order it for beta access. The beta starts July 23rd. So if you want to play Street Fighter V beta, pre-order now. Then they talk about No Man's Sky, which I didn't know that I knew what it was until they showed it. So it's from Hello Games, and it's this it literally is a universe where you can go to these solar systems and go to all these individual planets, and you discover shit, and everything you discover, you go to a beacon on each planet and you upload the discovery, and you get money for it, or credits or units or whatever it's called in the game. On each planet there's these things called sentinels, which are like robot things that protect the planet from travelers like yourself. There's also like space battle stuff that they showed off, which looked interesting, I guess. I'm more excited to go to planets and discover cool stuff. There's even fish in the game. So it builds everything from like, I guess, like single cell things all the way up to giant fucking robot things that'll kill you. Every planet in every system is fully destructible. So if you go down to a planet and there's like a, I don't know, a building of some kind, you can fucking destroy it if you want to, and be a dick. So that's No Man's Sky. They said that the release date will be announced as soon as they have like a set date. Then the Media Molecule guys come out, the guys who made Little Big Planet, and they talk about their new title, Dreams, which is super interesting. It's only on PlayStation, and there's actually a specific reason for it, other than just that they're a PlayStation company. So you take a controller. I'm gonna show you with an Xbox controller. You take a controller, and like you point it at the screen, and you do something. I don't know if you hold specific buttons to do specific things or what, but you like paint stuff on the screen, and you build literally whatever you want by like moving the controller as if it's like a paintbrush. And they showed some of the stuff you can make, and it's fucking fantastic. It looks incredible. It's a game I'm never going to be able to play because, one, I don't have a PS4, and two, I'm not creative at all. Hence these videos where it's just me sitting in front of a camera talking about stuff I have nothing to do with. But it looks super duper cool. They're going to show more of it and have more details at Paris Games Week, whenever that is. But it looks super interesting, and you should definitely check it out. Then they show off a game called Firewatch, which I actually really want to play. Its console debut will be on PS4, which means it'll be on other things afterwards. It's by Campo Santo, who I've never heard of before. So you're a dude, and you're by yourself, and you have this walkie-talkie, and you're talking to this woman, and you're like surviving out in the wilderness. And at one point in the trailer, fucking spoilers to a trailer, I shouldn't have to say that, but the internet is dumb. I watched the trailer, by the way. It looks amazing. So at one point, you like go up this mountain, and there's like a communications wire. It's like telephone wires, and you go up, and you're talking to this chick on the walkie-talkie, and you're like, oh, the communication cord is cut. She's like, oh, you're there already? Because I guess you told her you were on your way there. And you're like, yeah. She's like, you're not in your tower? You're like, no, why? She's like, well, who is? And you look over at your tower, and then the trailer ends. So there's somebody out there with you. and you're by yourself. So I'm interested to see what's going on in the game, like why you're by yourself and who is this chick you're talking to on the walkie-talkie. Um, so that was Firewatch. I don't know anything about a release date or anything. Then they talk about the new Destiny expansion. It comes out in September. At least as far as we know, comes out September 15th. That was leaked, I guess. But they didn't talk about a release date at the conference. Basically, it's Crota's father is the big bad guy, and he's mad at you because you killed his son, because you killed Crota. I didn't do that. I suck at Destiny. But the trailer makes Destiny look super fun, and it almost makes me want to play it again. And I'm probably going to have to, because it's a lot more information and everything. But, so they showed that trailer. They showed another trailer for Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where is a dude talking about his sister, Evie. So it's Jacob and Evie Fry, and they're twin brother and sister. And this is the Evie trailer. I guess the one we saw before was Jacob. I don't know. So they showed a trailer for her, and she's super badass. And they said that there's a Dreadful Crimes, like mission pack, I guess, that is exclusive to PS4 when the game comes out, or afterwards. I don't know when. So they showed that, and then they showed off. This is where things start to get a little intense for me. They showed off a game called World of Final Fantasy, which is this place called Grimoire. And it's fucking chibi everything. Ifrit is possibly the most adorable demon I've ever seen in this game. And there's all kinds of Final Fantasy characters, like from all kinds of different games. It's exclusive to PS4 and PS Vita, coming next year. They didn't give a specific date or anything, just 2016. And then I literally got like heart fucking palpitations. I was fucking freaking out over this. They finally are remaking Final Fantasy VII, and it's coming first to PS4, which means it's going to be on other stuff afterwards, which means I don't have to get a PS4 to play it. Do you know how fucking excited I am? Watch the trailer for the Final Fantasy VII remake, and your brain will explode. I'm so excited. It looks incredible. So that's fucking major. Then they announced they're starting a Kickstarter for Shenmue 3. I don't know what Shenmue is, but apparently people like it. So they announced the launch of the Kickstarter at the conference. So yay, go fund Shenmue 3. Then they showed a Batman Arkham Knight trailer. And the trailer is dead Joker getting cremated. And a Frank Sinatra song is playing, which I liked. And then this voiceover is like, this is how it happened. This is how the Batman died. So that's intriguing. Game comes out next week, apparently. So game takes place 9 months after Joker's cremated. Apparently crime went down after Joker died. And this little gameplay trailer they showed, you're a cop and you go into a diner. And this guy comes over, he's like, hey, there's this fucking dude. He doesn't swear or anything, but this is basically his attitude. He's like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, Officer Owens, but there's this fucking guy over here smoking in the diner. Like, can you go tell him to fuck off? So you get up and you go over there, and it turns out it's Scarecrow, and he hits you with the sphere toxin stuff. And then, like, you're in, like, Nightmare World, because he hit you with the fear toxin, and you get beat to death by this fucking demon-looking thing. And that's the end of the trailer. Apparently Scarecrow Nightmare missions are exclusive to PS4. So, good for you, Sony. Then they talk a lot about Project Morpheus, how there's a couple games for it that are available to check out at E3 on the show floor. They talk a lot about their fucking partnership with Spotify for PlayStation Music. They talk a lot about their PlayStation View thing, which is their like video streaming service, which is in a bunch of like individual cities, I guess. But starting tonight, the launch spreads to San Francisco and Los Angeles. Like, I don't give a shit. They also say that I don't know if it's through the PlayStation View. I stopped fucking listening until I heard another game title. But apparently, through something they have, if it's the PlayStation View, then that's what it is. If not, fucking correct me in the comments. You can subscribe to individual channels instead of having to like get a bundle of stuff. So you could subscribe like just to Showtime or just to Machinima's channel or just to like a Fox channel or HBO or whatever. And I guess if you do it through the PS4, you get a discounted rate or something. I don't know. They spent way too much time talking about their fucking apps that probably nobody uses. Then they have the world debut of Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is probably big for Sony because Microsoft didn't have it. But Microsoft had so much of their own stuff and all kinds of exclusive and all stuff coming out this year, which Sony almost has none of. That this is pretty big for Sony, I guess, to have Call of Duty there. This one has a solo / co-op campaign, so you can run through it with other people. I guess up to 4 people at a time. In the campaign, they show some gameplay stuff. They show a trailer, and then they show a multiplayer trailer, which looks fucking intense. But they're like, this is like nothing you've ever seen in Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. One of the maps in it actually looks almost exactly like a Titanfall map, which kind of made me mad at first. But it's Call of Duty. It comes out in November. Comes out November 6th. So again, everything in November is like either like the first week in November or the second week in November. So again, if you have like $4,000, you're fine. You can afford everything. PS4 gets map packs first, which good for them, and they get an exclusive multiplayer beta, which starts in August as well. I don't know what day in August. They just said in August. Then they show this video package that has clips from the Uncharted collection, has clips from Metal Gear Solid 5, which nobody's shown. I don't know why not. They show clips from a God of War title that they didn't talk about at all. They show a clip from Until Dawn, which nobody talked about at all. They show some Vita stuff. There's a shot of the crowd looking super fucking bored. There's some Ratchet and Clank shots in it, which they talked about at YouTube Live at E3 on their stream. They had the guy come in and talk about the new Ratchet game and how it like ties in the movie and all that stuff. I'll get into that in the podcast. There's some clips. There's some shots from Star Wars. And it's like this typical video package. I actually thought that was like the end of it. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But it wasn't. Then they have a guy come out and talk about Disney Infinity 3.0 and how Star Wars is going to be in it. I'm not going to tell you details about that. If you like Disney Infinity, go buy the Disney Infinity stuff. There's Star Wars stuff now. I don't give a fuck. That shouldn't be in your E3 conference. But anyway. So they go to show you Uncharted. And I'm guessing it's the new one. I haven't played any Uncharted games. Other than like watching people play it on YouTube and stuff. So they show you this Uncharted gameplay that they're gonna do, right? So, like, logo for Sony Computer Entertainment presents, like Naughty Dog and like Sully comes out. He's like, "Hey, Nate, help me open this door." So they open the door and they go into this like bazaar, like shop area, and they're like, "Oh, that must be Sam's tower. We have to go there." So Sully's like, "All right, follow me. Let's go this way." And then the player takes over, but the guy couldn't move. He was just sitting there, like waiting to go, and he wasn't going. So they reset everything, like restarted the whole cinematic and everything, and then he was able to move. And they're going through, and then you run into like bad guys, and they start firing at you. So you start firing at them, and then you jump in a car, and you're like, "How do we get to Sam's?" And he's like, "Just keep going downhill." So you're driving downhill, and you're avoiding all these bad guys, and you're trying not to run over civilians. The game looks beautiful. I will give them that. It looks gorgeous. But then my computer decided that it didn't want to watch the Uncharted footage anymore, and everything on my computer was like, "Nope, can't do it. We're not showing you this." So I missed like the entire end, literally the entire rest of the conference after that. So I don't know about a release date. I don't know about if they talked about the collection at all, because when I got everything working again, it was over, and it was the YouTube Live panel talking about the Sony conference. So I don't know about release dates. When we do the podcast, we'll have concrete stuff because it'll be after E3 is pretty much over. But that was the Sony conference. Biggest things, fucking Last Guardian coming out next year, and Final Fantasy VII Remake is actually happening. No release date yet, unfortunately. But it's going to be on everything and not just PS4, which is super awesome. But it goes to PS4 first, so if you have a PS4, you should totally let me borrow that shit so I can play Final Fantasy VII when it first comes out. Because I am excited. And you should be too, because it looks beautiful. I don't know why I got closer to the camera. So that's it for Monday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is the Nintendo conference and the Square Enix conference. Nintendo is probably going to be a lot of Yoshi and a lot of discussion about their new console that they're working on. Maybe some Star Fox Wii U, maybe some Zelda stuff, I don't know. Square Enix is going to be a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, I would assume, now that it's announced. Maybe some Kingdom Hearts, maybe some other stuff, you never know. Maybe some more Hitman since they're producing that as well. So we'll get into that tomorrow. Click here, click my shoulder, for the KOE News playlist. Right there. I'm tickling it. What am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow.